We're currently at 1.6 billion views this month across all social media platforms, and YouTube, the main one, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 30 other different YouTube channels that we're currently running right now. So we are pulling an insane amount of traffic right now off YouTube and also pulling an insane amount of money right now. So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly kind of how I do this, how I'm running all these channels, and how I'm actually pulling these views, and how you can break out of your view jails right now, because a lot of you guys are stuck in certain view jails. Maybe you're stuck in 10 million view jail, maybe you're stuck in a 30,000 view jail, maybe you're even stuck in 0 view jail and you're trying to get out of it. Well, in this video, I'm going to explain it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Devin Sianath. I'm a view maximizer. I've been doing social media for around 8 years now, and we're just pulling so many views across everything. So let's get straight into it. So when making content, the first thing you have to understand is, what does the actual social media platform you're uploading on want? Because Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, they all want different things. So I'm going to explain what YouTube wants first, how you can view maximize on YouTube, and then I'll go over the other platforms later in this video. But I know you guys are here for YouTube, so let's talk about that first. So what does YouTube want? YouTube wants 3 things, with the third one being the most important. The first thing is YouTube wants people to stay on their platform as long as possible. The more people who stay on their platform as long as possible, the more money they're going to make, because time is essence. That's why when YouTube is giving you your analytics, they give you 2 important metrics: swipe ratio, which is someone actually staying to watch the video, and retention, which is how long someone watches the video. So if you're getting people to stay on their platform and actually watch your videos, then you're actually helping YouTube, and they're going to push out your content more. That's why your retention, which is the percentage of people who actually stay and watch your video, and then the swipe ratio, which is the percentage of people who actually choose to watch your video, are the 2 most important metrics on YouTube. Now, there is a caveat to this as well. When you are doing analyzing your metrics to see how many people are staying, you need to look at how long your video is compared to what your average view duration is. So if your average view duration, let's say, is 28 seconds and you're uploading a 32-second video, well, guess what? 28 divided by 32 is 87.5%. That means that only 87.5% of the people who are actually watching your videos are staying, which is not good. This is a bad sign from YouTube. So what you should be doing instead is you should be aiming for 100+% retention always. Also, another caveat that I would recommend you guys pay attention to is only upload 32-second plus videos. Now, there's a wide range of reasons why you should be doing this. One of the main ones is YouTube likes when creators are posting 32-second videos, because advertisers are willing to spend more on those videos, which makes YouTube more money. And we're going to get that in the third point of why YouTube actually cares, what YouTube cares about the most. But first of all, just make sure you understand that 32 seconds is the ideal seconds of time your video should be in length, because if it's not 32 seconds, YouTube is going to be making less money, and we're going to talk about that in a second. All right, so the second thing I would say is the most important is satisfying the viewer. Now, how do you actually quantify satisfying the viewer? Because there's no metric that says this viewer is this happy or these people are this happy, because you can't really quantify it. But wait, you actually kind of can. See, if you have a video that is over 100+% retention, right, and you're also noticing that you're having a high engagement rate, right, saying, you're getting lots of subs, you're getting lots of comments, you're getting lots of people who are commenting things in general, then you could say the viewer is satisfied. And remember, satisfied on YouTube is different from normal types of satisfied in real life. For example, if I eat a really delicious meal, I am satisfied because the meal was delicious. But YouTube sees the viewer as satisfied as, did they engage? All right, if they engage, then they are satisfied. Remember, there is a key difference between satisfied in real life, as in, like, I'm really satisfied because I'm really thirsty and I drink water, or satisfied as in, hey, these viewers engage with my video. Because YouTube only cares about engagement, but they quantify it as satisfying the viewer. So if you see retention is, for example, it starts at 160%. Let's say you have a retention graph like this right here. It goes like this. And if you actually click on this little thing right here, it says 160% retention. That means that people stayed and then watched the video over again, which means that they were more engaged. If you see your comment ratio, your view to comment ratio is higher than normal. Let's say it's 5%. Let's say your sub to view ratio is sub or up by 1%. That means that your engagement is higher and you're satisfying the viewer, which makes YouTube happy. So if you want to make sure you get the second most important thing that YouTube wants. You need to make sure you're satisfying the viewer and creating engagement, because engagement is key. So remember, you want to aiming for at least 1% plus for sub ratio. And how you calculate sub ratio is you take your total amount of subs you got for the video, and then you take the total amount of views the video is, and then this should equal at least 1%. Okay? And this is very hard to do, by the way. And I'll kind of explain how you do that later in this video, because I'm going to kind of be explaining everything. I've explained this in previous videos, but I want to do it again. All right. And then the second thing you want to do as well is you want to have your comment ratio above 5%. So let's say, same thing, you just take your comments, and then you divide it by your views. And this should equal 5%, which is also very difficult to do. So how do you actually get a video on YouTube to get a 1% sub ratio? And by the way, YouTube does not actually give you these metrics. You have to calculate them yourself by looking at your analytics. Look how many subs you have, look how many views you have, and then actually calculate it yourself from there. All right. So how do you actually increase your subs? This is what I use. I use the 2 CTA method. So what I do is I have a video. Let's say I have a video and then I have a hook in the beginning, right? Because everyone has a hook because you want to get the viewer in. Or maybe I'm using even an anti-hook, which stands for AH, anti-hook. And we're just basically hooking them in the viewer or just getting them to watch by increasing our swipe ratio. Now, the middle of the video, or actually the entire video, is the content. We're going to say C for content. And at the end of the video, we have the payoff, right? Now, where in the world do we actually tell people in this video, hey, I want you to subscribe? Well, if you want someone to actually subscribe in the video, you need to use this 2 CTA method I've actually made myself. I've done it over thousands of videos that I've made, which is why I've grown so many channels to so many subs. For example, like this channel right here, almost 12 million subs really, just by using the 2 CTA method. So, I mean, I would say it is a pretty awesome method to use. All right, so how do I do this? The first thing I do is in the first part of the video, I basically edge them with a slight CTA that is only visual, right? Because how do people actually watch your videos, right? There is visual and there's audio. What are the 5 human senses? It's sound, touch, taste, smell, and sight, right? Well, we can't touch a video. We can't smell a video, and we can't taste a video. But we can feel a video, and we can also we can see a video, and we can also read a video by seeing it. All right, those are the 2 things that we can do. So what we should be doing first is we should be using visual hooks. All right, visual hooks in the beginning first by telling basically someone to subscribe on the screen. Now this is not supposed to be in their face. Don't irreparably cut off the video and then go to subscribe. You want to kind of ease it in. For example, if I'm making a video about drinking water, on this bottle over here, I could say subscribe when I'm drinking it. And it's very subtle, and it kind of plants the seed in the viewer's mind. This is the first visual sub call to action. This is sub call to action 1. Sub CTA. CTA stands for call to action, by the way. CTA 1. All right, after that, then we have the second, which is the more powerful CTA. Because after visual sub CTA 1, we have visual and audio sub CTA 2. Now, why is this more important? Because after we plant a seed in the viewer's mind, the seed will grow once it's actually sown a second time. So imagine this is the seed, and the second one is the water, and then it's also when the seed actually grows. So visual and audio CTA 2, sub CTA 2, is how we actually increase the amount of subs we're getting. So let's say we had the first one, which is just showing the water bottle and actually telling someone to subscribe. The second one, we actually be like, oh yeah, by the way, subscribe, right? Just something simple like that gets people to be like, oh, I read it first, then he said it again. Okay, he told me twice. I'm satisfied with the viewer or with the video, which is the first thing here. People stay and they're satisfied. Okay, that's great. That means that I'm actually going to subscribe. And I've noticed that this has gotten me to 1% plus subs consistently. Here, I'll give you an example video right now. So this video was 32 seconds. We got 96 million views on it, and we had 1.1 million subs. Now, if we actually just do the math, we do 1.1 divided by 96. That's going to be about 1%, actually a little over 1%, which is a very amazing place to be. And you can see in this video, we got 1.1 million subscribers since publishing this video. So this is kind of what I did for the 2 CTA method. And you'll always notice that when you do a CTA, you're always going to have a little drop in retention, but it's not going to be too much if your video quality is high enough. Because you can see for the engagement of this video, we had 29 seconds. And if we actually just go to the retention of this video, you're going to actually be able to see where my 2 CTA was, right? The first CTA was here. Right, you can see we went from 13% to 104%. This was around a 10% decrease for the first CTA. The second CTA was at the very end. You can see here, and you can see that first CTA was here, second CTA was here. Of course, I'm not going to show you the video because this is a very, very big channel right now, and I don't want to leak it. But you know, it still kind of just gives you an idea of what you could be aiming for. So now that you kind of understand how to actually get people to subscribe, how do we actually get people to comment? Because a 5% comments is actually, I would say, more difficult because the time it takes to write a comment compared to the time it takes to hit the subscribe button is drastically different. Because remember, we need to value the viewer's time. And if the viewer has to do a lot of work, then we're also having to work harder to make the viewer do work because people are lazy. Right? So how do we get a 5% plus comment ratio? Well, we need to give them a reason to subscribe. Now, the niche that you're actually uploading in is going to depend on if people are actually going to subscribe or not. For example, if you're uploading car videos and your car niche is very specific, you're probably going to get more people who subscribe because people actually care about cars in that niche. But if you go broader in that sub-car niche, then you're not going to get as much people to subscribe because not as much people care about cars. Now, if we're going to talk about Roblox, Roblox actually has one of the best comment ratios on the platform right now because so many people who actually watch Roblox end up commenting on the video. They put little heart emojis, they put laughing emojis, and it just adds to it. I don't know why exactly. I think it's probably because these little kids are pretty mindless and they're just kind of just doing whatever. But either way, regardless, it's still a really good way to actually get subs. Now, how do we actually do it? First thing I would do is recommend using the pinned comment method, where if you have like actual, comments, you pin it and then you just be like, comment for blah, blah, blah. Comment for free Roblox. Comment if you like this car. Do you think this car is nice? Comment if you like water. I don't know. Just some type of pinned comment method. This always works to actually increase it by a couple percentages, but you also need to have a CTA. Now, this is why I did the sub CTA first, because in your sub CTA, what you can do is you can also include a visual comment CTA in the sub CTA one, right? So you can kind of actually do a mix of a comment and sub CTA. This is what I call the CS method, which is comment, sub, and then visual, so CSV method. So it's comment, sub, visual method. This is always going to be for one. The second one, we don't want to ask for another comment. We just want to use visual, audio, and then sub CTA too. All right, I hope that makes sense. I know I'm kind of talking about a lot of abbreviations, but I hope that makes sense. All right, that is for satisfying the viewer to make sure YouTube sees you're engaging with the content. All right. The last thing we're going to talk about, which is arguably the most important, is YouTube actually seeing that you're making them money. Now, YouTube is a business just like every other business. YouTube wants to make money, and they're going to optimize every single video to make sure that they're making the most money. The reason why videos get pushed out is because YouTube sees that, you're doing satisfying the viewer and you're also getting people to stay on the platform. And when you do this, it also makes it so YouTube will pay you more. And when YouTube's paying you more, guess what? YouTube's not just giving charity or giving you money. They're also going to be giving you money as well. That's why I said I'm going to talk about this later, about 32 seconds. I don't know if you remember earlier, so we're going to get back to it now. YouTube really values 32-second videos, right? Because there was a study done by advertisers, and advertisers realized that if YouTube uploads, if a YouTuber or a content creator uploads a 32-second video, the advertisers make more money. Because the way people make money on YouTube is people on Google pay YouTube to show their brand, their product, their whatever on YouTube, and they give YouTube money, okay? So when these advertisers, they give their money to YouTube, then YouTube basically tells us, the viewer, to upload videos, right? And when we upload videos to the platform, the advertisers are shown on these videos. And when these advertisers are shown on these videos and these videos get views, the viewers go and buy the advertiser's product. All right, so they buy. And then when they buy something, or and the advertisers see that they're buying something, the advertisers will spend more money, which is going to tell YouTube to push more views. And then when YouTube collects all this money, right, from the advertisers, YouTube will pay us a portion of the money that they made. That's why YouTube does anywhere from 50-50 to 70-30 splits with creators, depending on what stage you're at right now with content. And then we either will get 50 or 70% of this money that goes back to us, the content creators, us over here. And then that's how we actually make money. But remember, we're not going to make any money unless we are making YouTube money first. YouTube makes money from pushing videos out, and we get views. The views get people to buy on the advertisers. The advertisers spend more money, and it's basically just a big cycle. All right. I know I just kind of went all over the place, like I was painting the Mona Lisa or something, but that's really important for YouTube. All right. That's why I always recommend any of my students to upload 32-second videos, because when you upload a 32-second video, it just incentivizes YouTube to push it out further, because advertisers did a study, and then YouTube makes more money off 32-second videos. That's also why I know music deals are kind of cooked right now. If you're watching this, the state of music deals are kind of messed up, because music deals are actually getting taken down on a lot of platforms because people are abusing basically systems on YouTube to make money. But also that's why music deals like paying higher RPMs for 32-second plus videos, because music converts higher when you are using 32-second videos. All right. So remember, we are the middlemen. Our goal here is to make YouTube money. So if we're making YouTube money, they're going to give us more views, because that's going to make them more money. You know what I mean? So that's kind of everything on how I would kind of understand how to get more views on YouTube. This is really complex that I'm thinking about it. I kind of went all over the place with this video, man. But I mean, I'm dropping a lot of sauce for free, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Guys, if this video was helpful, if you want to drop me a sub, I'd appreciate it. Also, if you want to join our Discord, it's going to be the first or maybe a second link in the description. We have hundreds of students getting tons and tons of wins every single day. We can see people getting, 15 million views in a month. We see people, breaking out of their view jails. We see people making a lot of money right now. We've even people who are doing drop shipping and stuff like that who are making just a crazy amount of money in the server. So if you want a place where you can just meet people, start making money, and you actually want to work with me one-on-one, go ahead and join the Discord, which is the second link in the description. If you actually want to work with me one-on-one, go ahead and check out the first link in the description. Go ahead to apply to work with me one-on-one, and I can help you scale your channel. I've gotten over 1.5 billion views this month alone across all social media platforms, and 25 billion views, almost 26 billion views now across everything. Since I've just been doing, content creation. So if you guys want to actually come work with me, we have tons of testimonials and tons of people we've worked with. And as you can tell, I'm pretty knowledgeable in this stuff, and I know I've been doing this for 8 years. So, I mean, if this video was helpful, go ahead and apply. And that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Catch you guys later. All right, bye. Love you.